We started off with Terry in Greensboro, North Carolina. Terry, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, it's nice to talk to you today.
Nice to talk to you, Terry. What's going on?
So my problem is with committing long-term to a specific job or field. I have no problem with going after my passions. It's the fact that after I fulfill that passion, or I think I fulfill it, it dissolves and my interests become focused on something else. And I really want to commit to a specific career. And so my question is, how can I stay fulfilled long-term and not just short-term?
Yeah. The answer is you've got to put yourself in a situation where there's a ladder. So the fact that you're falling off of these careers because you say, Ken, I know how to pursue it. I know what I'm passionate about, but I accomplish some things and then I get bored and then I get distracted. Is that essentially what's happening?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so here's the deal. You won't get bored and you won't get distracted if you are in a corporation, company, or a field where there is a very natural progression to the next step on the ladder. So let's just picture a basic ladder. And so when I start to climb the ladder, I'm in step 1. I start to really get good at it and I move to step 2. Step 3, maybe I master it. And for this analogy, maybe that's where you are. You get to about step 3 and you go, what else is there? And you start looking left and you start looking right and you forget, wait a second, I'm on a ladder.
That's
if you're
true.
truly on a ladder. Now, my wife and I have those little 2-step and 3-step stools at our house because we're both short. So to get the china off the top cabinet, even yours truly at 5'8", that's where I topped out, I got to use those things. So there's only 3 steps on those, Joe. There's only 3 steps, Terry. So if you are putting yourself in an environment where there really is only 3 steps, that's part of the problem. But the other potential problem is that you're getting distracted because you're getting bored and you're looking left and right instead of going, wait a second, I'm not done climbing. Now, let me give you an example. Would you say that I'm in my dream job, Terry, what you know about me?
Yes.
Do you think I'm bored?
No.
Mm-hmm. Do you think I'm distracted?
No.
Why? Why am I not bored or distracted? In my current situation, based on what you know, why do you think I'm not bored or distracted?
The way you speak, you get excited about the job every day.
That's right. Why? Because I know that there's so many more people to touch and impact. I'm not done. I want to be on 300 radio stations and then 500 radio stations. I want the podcast to keep growing. I want the YouTube show to keep growing. I want 500,000 subscribers. I want millions of people watching the show. I want to write more books. And I want to sell more books. I'm excited about our Get Hired live stream event next Thursday night at 7 Central. Why? Because I want to help as many people as possible learn what I've learned and apply what I've applied and get hired. So, back to you. Same situation. If, in fact, you do know what you're passionate about and know what you want to do, then you've got to put yourself in a position where there are more rungs on the ladder. And then you've also got to make sure that you're mentally in the right state of mind so that you realize, wait a second, just when I get bored, it's not time to quit. It's time to re-up. I need to do new things. My brand manager, Damon Gouch, sitting in the control room today. He and I, listen, he's not going to let me get comfortable. So maybe you need to put some people around you that they're going to say, look, Terry, you're getting comfortable. You shouldn't be comfortable. You got a lot more to do. Now, I just want to know, what is it that you really want to do? You said you know what you're passionate about. What is it? What is it that you want to do in the workplace? Meaning you want to create this result throughout your career. What is that?
I would just love to be happy in the position that I'm in going forward and be able to look forward to what I'm doing every day.
Well, that's nice, but that's part of the problem. If your end all is to be happy, then that, I can tell you right now, that's what has put you in the situation you're in. It's not about happy. It's about, am I fulfilled and am I challenged based on the fulfilling work that I long for? So what would you do tomorrow if you knew you could not fail and you knew you didn't have to commit to it for the next 40 years, but it would be something that's at the time you go, this would be unbelievable if I got to do this kind of work that created this kind of result? What is it?
I would volunteer with homeless people and helping them figure out what they want to do with their lives.
I want to know the why behind that. What from your story has made you long to help homeless people get a fresh start and step into a new reality?
I was in that situation a few years ago, and the people that touched my life helped me get on the right path and get started with my life, or a restart, really.
Yeah. Where were those people? Were they with a church organization? Were they with a charity, a nonprofit, community center?
They were the women that ran the shelter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the question becomes, if that is the overriding drive for you, do you want to do that professionally, or do you want to just succeed professionally and continue to give almost in a volunteer situation, almost like a missionary, if you will, to those people in your community?
The second choice.
Good.
I want to be able to follow my own path and still be able to volunteer and help people.
All right. So what's the industry? What is the industry that you think you would best fit in? What type of work? What's that role in the marketplace that you know, this is where I start now, Ken, but I can grow in this role, make a lot of money that will allow me to continue to give money and my time and have a lot of freedom to help those folks that you just mentioned. What's that role? What has it been?
I would say writing.
What have you been doing? Have you been a writer so far in your career?
I self-published a children's book for my daughter last year.
Okay, but what have you been doing in the marketplace? What's been your most valuable, most successful role in the marketplace so far?
I would say training.
In a training role?
Yep.
Okay, great. So here's the deal. Based on what you just told me, you've got a big picture reason for why you work. It's to be able to give time and money to help homeless and maybe develop some things that maybe one day is a side hustle or a side nonprofit. So it doesn't even have to be a for-profit business. So we've just talked about what's going on. You need to get back into a mindset of, I'm really good at training, corporate training, and I'm going to get in that. And just when I start to get bored, and I know that I'm tempted to get distracted, I'm going to say, what's the next step up? How do I grow as a trainer? And you answer that question and you take on new challenges that involve learning something new and doing something with what you learned. That's the key to you not getting bored.